This week's episode is no picnic, even if we are going to be inexplicably surrounded by bees. Today we are looking at what might be the biggest pile of crap to ever hit a gaming console, Back to the Future on the NES. In the history of gaming, I don't know if there is a bigger disparity in quality between film and game than what we see here. To adapt a quote from one of my other favorite films, Moneyball, there are good games, and there are bad games, and then there's 50 feet of crap. And then there's this. We've got to endure 20 levels of wandering around Hill Valley to the same mind-numbing song for our one shot at getting back to 1985. That's right, one chance to get out, or you start all over again. But since we've set out to finish every NES game, there is no skipping this one. Paperboy's ugly cousin has to be completed, so let's grab our shirtless Marty McFly and our bowling balls and get started. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll take 1.21 gigawatts straight between the eyes. Welcome everyone again, another NES walkthrough on tap today, and I gotta be honest, I've been dreading this one. If anyone has ever played this game before, you know the pain. Oh gosh, the music has started already. I hope you like it. You're not going to get any break from it for a good 20 to 30 minutes here today. But we are on our way through Hill Valley. Back to the Future for the NES is the game that we are playing, and oh my gosh, this one is painful to get through. But hey, let's just do it. Let's get it on the list of completed games and never, ever, ever speak of it again. All right, we're going to make our way through the first level of Hill Valley here, surrounded by bees and hula hooping women. And we're going to pick up bowling balls to throw at them, just blatantly and flagrantly committing assault on the citizens of Hill Valley as we move our way through in the 1950s. These lovely gentlemen who are carrying some sort of pane of glass that you cannot see unless you run into it, which I thought was always a unique little trick. And you're collecting these clocks so that the photograph you have of yourself, your brother and sister, does not fade into an oblivion and you indeed die. So that is the premise of this game. We are on our skateboard now. If you go untouched for a good amount of time, you get a skateboard and you can advance through the level a little faster. And that's all you have to do on these road sections, is get from start to finish before your timer runs out. So if you missed that first level, don't worry, you have plenty of opportunities to see the exact same thing in potentially slightly different colors as we go through the rest of this. Real quick on the explanation of this. So yeah, lots of obstacles to go through. As I've called it in the intro, it's Paperboy's ugly cousin. You can use bowling balls, which is your weapon, but you have to acquire that by going untouched for a while in order to get it, and you can knock down certain obstacles with it. These bees and bowling pins and all sorts of stuff that you have to avoid. You can jump with the B button if you need to. That's a very close call there. You can jump with the B button if you need to, but not everything can be jumped over either, and I'm not entirely sure what can and can't, so I tend to just kind of avoid obstacles if I can on these first few sections. And every 30,000 points, you get an extra life, and you only get one shot to get through this game. There are no continues. Once your life bank is exhausted, you are done and have to start over. So not only is it a terrible game in terms of how it is applied and how all of what you're seeing here, none of it takes place in the plot of Back to the Future. It's just you avoiding bees and hula hooping women who throw these gravity-defying, orbiting blue marbles at you, along with these other guys. I mean, it's just a mess. Just take a look at what we're actually doing here. And just in case you haven't gone insane yet, we'll make sure to keep this music going, which they have the audacity to call The Power of Love. When you actually look at the name of the MP3 of this song, it is, I mean, there are so many problems. So many problems. For a film that every one of us, probably, or a vast majority, really enjoys, they churned this pile of puke out to be the namesake on the NES. Okay, am I done griping? Not quite, but at least at this point I'm going to get more towards the walkthrough aspect of this game. So if you missed the first 3 levels because I was belly aching about it, let's really walk through number 4. So the basic premise of this game, you've got to get through each of these sections of the road of Hill Valley. You have to collect those clocks, as I said before, to make sure that you don't fade into oblivion, and that would cause a death. So that picture on the bottom slowly fades over time, and every clock that you collect will refresh that photograph so that you don't die that way. You also die if you run out of time to get through the level. So the time is expiring on the bottom right of this of the screen right now. I'm at 120 seconds or so, but it is moving pretty quickly. And then if you don't make it all the way through the level, you die in that case too. Oh good, a skateboard I absolutely can't get to. As you move through the level, if you don't take hits from any of the obstacles, you will get power-ups. So the bowling ball is what we have already, and if you last for a while with the bowling ball, they will put a skateboard on screen for you to get, just like we got there, and that allows you to move through the level a little faster, so it buys you more time to get to the end. So that is the basic premise that we're going through for each of the road sections of this game. Now, every 4 road sections, every 5th level, I should say, is kind of a special format. And we have just entered Lou's Cafe, which kind of plays out like this. You are Marty McFly behind the counter of Lou's Cafe, and you have to throw, I'm assuming those are slices of pie, maybe milkshakes, I have no idea, at these bullies that are coming to basically take you. And if they get to the counter, they will grab you by the scruff of the neck and throw you out those doors of, the Cafe 80s? No, Cafe 80s is Back to the Future 2, excuse me. Well, whatever it is. We're at Lou's Cafe. That's where we are. That said so in the beginning of the screen. But what you have to do in this section is move up and down randomly and knock out these bullies. So there are 6 stations, 6 levels, or planes, I guess you could say, where they approach you, and they start moving once you get about 20 to 25 in. There's also going to be a server that rolls up and gives you a milkshake or a pie or something. There she is. And I don't know, it's a milkshake that they give you. And I think possibly, whoa, that was close. I think possibly that reduces the rate or the speed with which the bullies show up. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that if you hit her with a slice of pie or whatever I'm throwing, she will disappear. But anyway, you have to get 50 of these bullies knocked out in order to pass this section. So we are really close. Got very lucky there. 4 more, and then we'll be fine. Come on, last one. Okay, good. We got to 50. Now, after I lose, once I get to the point of the bully either throwing me out the door, or if I'm lucky enough to get to 99 knocked down, we will advance to the next section in Hill Valley and not lose a life. Oh, that was very close. I have a chance to get to 99 here, which is kind of cool. And eventually they're coming so fast, I kind of just go top to bottom and just start throwing one of these projectiles at each level, so I can take out the bullies as they enter the screen. And it starts to work pretty well once you get to when they're showing up pretty quickly. As you see there, I hit the waitress, so now she is on her way out on her roller skates. Maybe this is an early Sonic business model, not entirely sure. Oh man, we're at 90 here. I think we might be able to get up to the full 99, which would be nice. Which will just give us a giant score boost for taking out all these bullies, which is nice because it does give you an extra life. Getting through these levels is important for, giving yourself an opportunity to get back to the future in the final level with the DeLorean. And okay, we have made it through Lou's Cafe. So the next path that we are on is heading for the school, where we will have to take on another one of those types of levels. That's a break. Thank goodness. I know you guys were really concerned that you hadn't heard this song in a while. We're going to bring that back, make sure that it's right first and foremost in your mind, and we're going to get taken down by a bee on a skateboard. These are the biggest obstacles that Marty can face in 1950, apparently, 1955. And you just navigate your way through here. Those oil puddles are safe. They just make you move a little bit faster, side to side or top to bottom, like whatever angle you approach those with. As you can see, you can shoot the clocks. So if you need to collect those, don't just go on a firing spree. And you'll miss those. Oh, my sister is fading. And then every 100 clocks that you collect, it will fully refresh that picture. So if you find yourself, down or close to the point where, oh shoot, I couldn't get through there. If you find yourself close to the point where you are going to lose that picture entirely, you might have some strategy of only collecting, like if you get up to like 95 clocks or something, or 99, maybe let it fade all the way down and then collect that last one to boost your, to boost your photo back. Might be a strategy. Made it through that one. Took a couple of falls, but made it through that level. So we're moving on to level 7 next, I believe is what we're looking at. Yeah, it just never ends. We just got to make our way to the school and just do this as quick as we can. Oh gosh, this game is so stupid. I gotta tell you, it is so stupid. Yeah, and same biggest change here. You might see the bees. Their loop around when they try to go for you gets a little bit faster and a little bit tighter, so they don't just like fall off the screen and despawn as often. They'll kind of get closer to you, and then you're going to see more of those things, those projectiles being shot from our hula hooping ladies and these guys that try to take you out. We got ourselves a skateboard, though. We're making up some good amount of time now, feeling good, and just up and back and avoiding all this stuff. It really is just, very, very, very rinse and repeat. A little jump there. Oh, I like it. Oh, I didn't take a hit. But, hey, not too bad as far as what we've got going for this level. And really all we're concerned with at this point is just getting through. We got enough clocks to keep that safe, so on our way to the school here. I mean, it's so disappointing. Back to the Future is one of the movies I love the most, and to have so much time between the movie and this release, I mean, it's such a blatant cash grab to just slap the name of Back to the Future on a game, have virtually nothing to do with the movie, no appearance of Doc anywhere in this, there's so much that was left out. Obviously, it was just a disaster in terms of what they produced. But, shame on me, I suppose, because when I was younger and I played through this game, I wanted to finish it. I wanted to get to the point where I could see if there was, any redeeming quality that I could stand on and say, all right, well, at least I liked this aspect of the game. But, man, playing through this again, I mean, there is just nothing fun about this. It is the same boring pattern over and over and over again. The same music over and over and over again. The same bees. Nobody went to jail. Think about that. Think of the crimes that have been committed in looking at this game, and nobody went to prison. I can see no criminal record from anyone that was involved in developing this game. I mean, what are we even doing as a society if that's the approach we're going to take? Are we just expecting people to behave better now if they can produce something like this and not pay a consequence? Maybe I'm losing faith in the whole industry here at this point, but come on, we've got to do better than this. Then again, it came out, almost 35 years ago. Maybe we have made advances since then. More hula hooping women. Perfect. And in case you were, hey, you guys want to hear that song again? Sure, play it one more time, Johnny. All right, suppose we will. As we navigate through the clocks and the streets and the bowling pins and the tank top circling men and the weird blue marbles that defy gravity on our way to the school. I always did take note, too, that the map just shows, do you have to walk along the street? You can't just cut along the grass and make this a lot shorter? I guess not. All right, we're at Hill Valley High now, and the next little section you have here, so the last time you were firing away, what you have to do here is now block the hearts and the advances that your mother is going to throw at you from the back row of the classroom. That is our next little section here. So again, 6 positions that you can be in on the other side of what looks like to be a science lab. Yep, there's a little Bunsen burner and some eye wash stations over on the desk there. I mean, not the worst. I suppose you've got the theory of relativity up there, so we're mixing chemistry and physics, it appears. There's an effort there put to really let you know this is the science room. Eventually the hearts will start coming a little faster, and this is just done by a timer. You just have to resist for the amount of time to be over 50. So as you can see, we've gotten there now, and we're just adding to our score if we can get all the way to 99 again, which again is good. Extra lives are never going to hurt you here. It does get a bit more difficult to get through the road sections as we get to the 3rd and 4th kind of sets of road sections between the high school dance and between the clock tower. So bank as many lives as you can here early, and you do that well by getting as many points in these little sections as you can. All right, tally them up. We're halfway through this thing, thank goodness. We have successfully resisted our mother's advances, and we are moving our way now to the dance. Yeah, take a look at the map real quick. You can't just walk on the grass. You can't just shortcut to the dance, to the clock tower. No, we got to take the skateboard through. It seems as though there's more traffic on the roads. If you go on the grass, there's nothing. Another point missed. Lots of bees in this first section. I think the enemy spawns in this game. Oh, great. I think the enemy spawns in this game are random too, so it's not always the same, oh, there's a bee in this section or there's a whatever. I think actually they randomly kind of spawn around as you progress through the levels. So there's not even a pattern you can feel really confident with because it can sometimes change. So yeah, it's really just about honing your ability to avoid all this stuff as you move through the levels. And in case you haven't done it by now, you will after what attempt is this? This is the 9th road level I've had to go through. because every 5th level is a break. So, all right, nice that we enter the next section with a skateboard. That is big too. If you carry over whatever power up you have from one level to another. So if you finish a level with a bowling ball, you will start the next one with it. If you finish with a skateboard, you start with it, which is nice. But it can make for a very difficult section of roads if you start with nothing. You know, you take a hit. Oh, jeez. Take a hit right at the end of one of the levels and then start with nothing on the next one. Can make it a little bit more difficult. All right, haven't died to this point, which is kind of nice. It starts to get to a point where I don't always make it through these levels unscathed, but let's see what we can come up with. So, again, these bees doing their nice, I don't know, parabola style of attack, whatever they've got going here. I feel like they belong in a science museum with the way the flight patterns these bees have. But we're successfully avoiding them to this point. All right, grabbing a few clocks. The photo is looking okay. Haven't had any struggle there. Give me a skateboard. All right, good. As soon as you get the skateboard for like 5 or 10 seconds, it really takes the pressure off of getting through the level. And then if you can manage to get to the end of the level with it, the pressure's taken off because the start of the next one is played at a high speed too. So it gives you a little buffer against that clock on the right. All right, 2 levels down in this segment. 2 more to go before we are at the high school dance. So, more of these hula hooping ladies. Also, I know that a couple of people have said or a couple of people have mentioned in prior videos that we've done, and for any of you guys who are watching this that haven't seen them, we've got a ton of NES walkthroughs on the channel that you guys can go check out, and I'll throw the link to that playlist in our description so you can check out any episodes you may have missed. But a couple of people in the comments have referenced the Angry Video Game Nerd, and I know that he did a video about this, many years ago, and one of the things that's come up as I've done a few of these games, they say, well, the Angry Video Game Nerd had a opinion they didn't like this game or something, or whatever it was. I think Bayou Billy came up as one of the ones that, got a negative review. And I differ on that. I'm at least going to give the opportunity for each of these games to change my opinion of what I might think. But man, it is really hard to convince me that Angry Video Game Nerd did not get this one 100% correct in saying it is a giant pile of, I believe he likened it to some sort of bodily matter. And it's very tough to think otherwise based on what I'm seeing here. All right. 3 levels down in this segment, but we finished with no skateboard. This is going to be tough to get through. The picture is fading. I'm not near 100. Going to have to play pretty clean here to get through. All right, get our bowling ball. Of course, the standard weapon of Marty McFly. I always remember how he, right when he, you got to pick up this 710 spare to get back. Oh my gosh, just the most ridiculous, not associated weapon you could possibly put in his hands. A freaking bowling ball for this. All right, so far so good. Got to avoid that bee. Here we go. Give me a skateboard. All right. Oh, not right off the rip. That hurts. Almost takes more time to do that. All right, we're gonna have to build it back up again. This is gonna be a tough one to get through. Hopefully we can make it. Oh, bees, man, they never stop. Okay, got ourselves another bowling ball. And they're a tough hitbox to get to because they're so small, so you really got to time that attack, and if you miss them, you're typically taking out a clock that you need. All right, I am going to make it to the end of this one, which is nice. Picture's in decent shape, and we got to the dance without losing a life yet. So about 3/4 of the way through this one now. Now, in this level, what you have to do, if you have no knowledge of music writing, those little B's that come out, those are flats. And that means that you're going to have to bring your guitar down. The regular music notes are at chest level, and then the little hashtags are actually sharps, and those are going to mean you have to raise your guitar up. So you just have to keep matching up with whatever music notes are coming out from side to side and making sure they hit your guitar. So down on the left, up on the right, down on the left. You just got to move to those 6 positions you have, top, middle, bottom on either side, and match up to all of these. So, and we're doing okay. Right in the nice little run of all these notes in the middle makes it very easy. Up top, yep. Give me the high notes back over here, yep. And as soon as you have collected enough, you have created a romantic atmosphere in which George and Lorraine McFly can smooch on the dance floor. And this should be where you don't have to worry about your picture anymore, but of course you do. You still have to worry about that in the next 4 levels, even though your parents clearly are getting together and there's no question that you're going to be created by them, you still have to get the heck out of here. So 4 more levels until we make it to the clock tower, and then hopefully, goodness gracious, crossing our fingers that we can make it out of this godforsaken game. All right, bowling ball in hand, which is nice. We don't have to go too far until we get our skateboard back. But this section is where it does get a lot tougher. So if you've, to this point, if you haven't lost any lives, hats off to you. But it is going to get more difficult. As you see, these bees are just, they swarm like crazy. And without a weapon to go on, you really have to be sharp to get yourself to a point where you can even take them out with a bowling ball. So got to concentrate here, keep those clocks flowing. All right, get ourselves one. Come on. Yes. Oh, I thought it despawned. That was bad luck. Bad luck and timing. Not sure if I'm going to make it out of this level now. 2 falls on these last levels is tough to rebound from. We're going to see if we can make it. Hopefully we can. If we just get one, maybe. Maybe I have enough time to get a skateboard here. Oh, I'm going to make it. I'm barely going to make it. But we're going to finish this level with a bowling ball, which is huge. Then we only have to stay alive for a little bit to get the skateboard in the next. All right, so 16 levels down and 4 to go. Only 3 more of these road sections. We got 7 lives in the holster. Let's see if we can do this. I do like, too, that you can, even though that piece of glass is completely missing and you can't see it, you can fire a bowling ball into it to get rid of it if you need to. All right, got ourselves a skateboard. You can hop over that wall. That was fortunate. I think you can't hop over benches in this. But garbage cans and stuff like that, you can. I just prefer to dodge them. All right, and now I'm completely surrounded by bees. No chance of getting out of there. But rode the skateboard for a while. We should be fair in terms of our getting through this level without taking a life for not having enough time. Oh, especially if I need that bowling ball to start the next one with. Let's see if we got this. All right. 1 more bench. Yeah, we're going to make it to the end here, too. All right, 2 levels down. Only 2 to go on these road sections before we are going to have our one shot of getting out of here. So just got to hone it in for these last 2. At this point, banking lives and stuff like that with high score, great, but we just gotta get through this. Now, and that's the thing too, is that the fact that you only have one shot to get back to the future with, the DeLorean. Oh, I shot the skateboard. Well, that was no good. But at least I'm alive and still have the bowling ball. It will respawn here in a minute. But the fact that you only have one shot, oh my gosh, this is turning into a nightmare. You only have one chance to get back to the future. I mean, you have to attempt this game for 20 minutes, 25 minutes before you even get a shot to beat it. It is so punitive if you don't make it that you have to start this whole charade again. It's an absolute nightmare, which is one of the other reasons I think this game is just terrible, because no person on Earth wants to endure this more than once in their entire life. At least I think. No sane person anyway. All right, well, we got ourselves, and are we going to get close? We're close? Nah, we ran out. Okay, we're going to die here. First death taken, not the end of the world. Going to vanish into nothingness as I fall and trip and flail like a weirdo. But we got to try this again. It is difficult. You really got to be sharp to get yourself back to a point where you either get the skateboard for a little bit or a bowling ball at least. These obstacles start to get very, very tough, especially these bees when you can't shoot them. If you hang by the back part of the... Sometimes hanging by the back part of the area will give you a little bit more time to react to the bees. All right, we got a bowling ball. We might be okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. The worst. That is awful. The little projectiles they shoot out of there just give you no relief at all. All right, get myself out of the way. Yeah, so then you have to sit here and try this again for 20 more minutes. I'm sorry, I don't know any person that would be able to endure this for as long as we have, and then immediately spam another attempt at this game. I might go insane first. Oh, that was very fortunate. I didn't think I was going to survive that. Okay. Come on, get me to a skateboard. I think I got this. Oh, another fortunate one. And I get her out of there. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ran out of time. I didn't think I would. I thought maybe I would get to a skateboard there. All right, 3rd crack at this. Come on, we only got 2 more of these levels to go. Got to tighten it up, hone it in. One more time avoiding all this crap. It really is pretty darn tough, too. It's like, the fact that it's difficult to get through this doesn't help the reception of the game. Like, if you're going to make a game this terrible, you better at least make it easy for me to get through so I can see what your end screen looks like, see if you have a final boss battle or anything like that. Of course, this has none of those things. Spoiler alert, you'll see that in a couple of minutes, hopefully. But yeah, if you're going to make a game this terrible, it really ought to be easy. I can't believe I shot the skateboard again. Son of a... Alright, just gotta hang in there. Get it again. No tilt. Just keep playing. Alright, there's another one. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, now we're rolling. Just get me on this thing for like 10 seconds. Just buy me a little time. Okay, we're gold. Oh, finish this level with it. Yes! That's exactly what I needed. That's going to give us a good chance to get through this last one before we head over to the DeLorean stage. Alright. This is the last one, right? Yeah, 4 of them before we get there. Okay. Here's our chance. Let's just stay on this as long as we can. Oh, very lucky to avoid him there. A couple of bees. Okay, we're feeling really good now about getting through this. Oh, that's fine. I think we stayed on the skateboard for a good amount of time to get ourselves through this. Enough that we needed to progress through this level. Let's just get up here. Ooh, look at the evasive maneuvers. Get over to the left of these guys. Give me a bowling ball. Come on, gotta be close. There we go. Take out these bees. Yeah, we're feeling good. Feeling good. Let's be sharp with this. Okay. Moving up here. Take him out. There we go. Might even get another skateboard here. That would be pretty nice. Come on. One more to go. I realize I've been talking to the right of the microphone, so if I'm louder now, it's because I'm positioned a little better. Okay, skateboard in hand. Yeah, we're golden now. Just get to the end. Okay, here is our shot. This godforsaken road section is done. All we have to do is get our DeLorean up to 88 miles an hour before hitting the line that Doc has set up for us. So here you are. You are driving on the streets of Hill Valley. Lightning is coming down, and it's going to make marks on the ground. If you hit the lightning marks, it slows you back down. If you slow down less than 88 miles an hour by the time you hit the line at the end of this street section, you lose, and the game, your attempt is over. So you got to be really careful here. I don't push it 100% until I'm about halfway through. Oh, maybe once you get going 88 miles an hour, it is quick. So you got to be fast. Okay, we got it. Yes, yes, barely to 88. The fire on the tire tracks. We did it. Yes, I can't believe it. Is that... Congrats? That's what I get? A congrats screen? This is all you're giving me? No, this is the worst game in history. Like and subscribe if you can. Join us for the next one, but I'm shutting this stupid thing off.